This cultural centre is at the heart of Stockholm. There is an exhibition space and a theatre in this building, plus an entire floor dedicated to children. They are entertained here with reading and creative activities. The facility is popular with both parents and children. Look how much pink! The primary objective of Swedish education is the development of personality at an early age. According to the latest findings, children will achieve more if they attend nursery school early on.
De flesta barnen börjar när de är runt 1 år.
Most children have to attend nursery school when they turn 1 year old.
Till exempel i det här området.
In fact, most of the infants in our region are in nursery.
Det är av befolkningen, så att det är
That's incredible.
otroligt egentligen.
Up until the 70s, people in Sweden were skeptical of outside care of their children.
I början var det ju det, för alla hade ju den.
Previously, the dominant attitude was that nursery schools are only an inferior substitute for the mother.
För mamma.
Worldwide, there is only one long-term study on the effects of early outside care of small children. Bengt Erik Andersson followed a group of children up to the age of 25 and found out that early nursery care made both children and adults happier. Twice as many children who were in nursery school for 3 years went on to university, which is one reason for Sweden's high rate of graduates.
Ja, det beror lite.
This is only for very early outside care. Only those who attend nursery school at a very early stage will have a competitive edge. This is because it is important for children to get a lot of stimulation, especially in their first 6 months. And the nursery stimulates the children more, after their parents of course.
Förskolan ger ju en stimulans utöver den som familjen och föräldrarna ger.
Great emphasis is placed on settling the children effectively.
Vi har någonting som vi kallar för föräldraaktiv.
We practice the parent active model. This means that the parents will be here during the first 3 or 4 days, and they accompany the children in all their activities.
Från dag 1, man är där många timmar, eller de timmar man
After 1 week, they say goodbye and go. It works wonderfully.
Och går. Och det funkar väldigt bra.
For most of the women in Stockholm, it is now not a question of whether they want to have a child, but rather if they want to have a third. When parents have 2 children, they can each deal with one, but the children in the majority when a third child is born. Then, when it comes to democratic voting, they win every argument. Now, it is easier for women to decide whether to have a baby or not, because the public nursery schools maintain a high standard. Every large school has an affiliated nursery school, and each teacher has a second degree. This nursery school counts 3 men amongst the 7 teachers. Caring for a child is no longer only part of a woman's life in Swedish society.
Det ligger nog mycket i att vi i Stockholm har en arbetsmarknad som är väldigt tolerant.
Stockholm's labour market is very receptive to working mothers. Employers encourage women, even highly skilled women workers, to have a family life. It enhances the reputation of a company if they can say, we employ women and enable them to lead a normal family life.
Jag har kvinnor anställda och jag tillåter dem att ha ett familjeliv.
Nowadays, almost all Swedish fathers will take on paternity leave for a few months. They want to spend time with the children, seeing it as a rewarding break from their job. The open-minded family policy has led to a veritable baby boom in recent years, hence a construction boom also occurred. 30,000 new places were created in nursery schools in Stockholm in the last decade. The city government is willing to invest in childcare, creating many new jobs. Sweden has become a popular country for immigration, and therefore it is essential that support is given to children from immigrant backgrounds. In this nursery school, 36 different languages are spoken. Most urban nursery schools are now speaking about 50 different languages.
När man fördelar pengar I staden så
Government money
har man
will be distributed
kriterier,
amongst nursery schools
fördelning,
according to
och
social
då är
economic criteria.
Utbildningsnivå, ett av de kriterier. Familjer från andra.
It depends on the social composition of your district and your budget for each child.
Och utbildningsnivå, inkomst.
When the parents have low income and education levels, and when they are born abroad, then there is a very high level of support.
Till sitt stadsdelsområde.
In first instance, we try to use the money to employ people with an appropriate background. We particularly look for teachers who speak foreign languages.
Specialkompetens I form av språk. Vi har haft ett problem I Sverige.
In the beginning, we had the problems that groups with the same linguistic background have isolated themselves. So, we have actively gone into these communities and have hired competent people there. For example, we have a high demand of labour for the African and Asian languages. It was often difficult because many groups do not like it when the wife goes to work.
Där det kanske inte alltid är så populärt att kvinnan går ut och yrkesarbetar.
In the Stockholm district, named Akalla, the proportion of migrants is almost 80%. The Muslim nursery school opened 12 years ago. At first the authorities were sceptical, but eventually they supported the project.
När man kommer till ett land som främling.
If one comes to a land where one feels like a stranger, if one is not sure whether one is accepted, then one secludes oneself. If someone is proud of their identity, then they are not afraid to show it, says the converted Swedish head of the nursery school. Simultaneously, this will also teach the children about the Swedish way of life.
Att vi är en muslimsk
We are a Muslim school, but we follow the Swedish model of a nursery school. We import no children or education from Lebanon. We import no children or education from Afghanistan. In Sweden, nursery schools are generally called preschools. They are seen as educational institutions in which the personality of the children is established and their creativity and social skills are encouraged.
Problemet med den förskolan.
The problem with the word preschool is that there is no requirement to go to preschool. Preschool is not mandatory. This can lead to democratic imbalance. Children who attend nursery school are a step ahead of children who did not. All children should get the same benefit. Then it would feel right.
Så skulle det ju vara att alla barn hade det.
Meanwhile, Sweden continues to set a precedent in the field of early education.